I'm Zach, your COTG product specialist. Today we're going to be reviewing the Xerox Workcenter 57 series model. Today I'll show you how to load paper, change toner, change staples, as well as how to remove misfeeds. Let's start with loading paper. As you can see, we have 4 main paper trays here in the front of the device. Trays 1 and 2 are fully adjustable, up to 11 by 17 size paper. When you are loading paper in the machine, make sure that you give the paper a good fan. Make sure none of the papers are sticking together. Remove any static as well in the ream. You can squeeze these green tabs to adjust them as you need to fit whatever size paper you want. Now keep in mind, here on the paper trays there are some icons to show you which way to face. Letterhead, pre-hole punch paper, and so on. Once the paper is loaded in the device, squeeze the green tabs to adjust them. Make sure they are flush up against the paper and locked in place. Now close our paper drawer. Once you close the paper drawer, you will be prompted with a screen right here on the user interface that allows you to change the paper type. Make sure to check your size, type, and color of paper. If your settings are correct, go ahead and click confirm. Now we can move along to changing staples. Staples are a component that are part of your Xerox finisher right here. In order to change staples, it's actually a fairly simple process. Open up the front door here. You'll see these green tabs. Squeeze them together and your staple cartridge will come out. When you receive a packet of staple cartridges, you'll get about 3 of these in a box. You can take this component here, throw it away, and get your next cartridge. Take the cartridge and slide it right back in place until the green tabs pop up into place. Toner. On this device, there's really 2 components to change. You have your toner, you also have your waste toner container. The front of the device is where you're going to find your toner. That's this guy right here. To remove the toner, remove the little swatch there, pull the toner bottle out like so. Now I do recommend lifting the toner bottle up when removing it so it doesn't spill all over you. Also make sure that the toner is empty before removing it. That would also prevent some spillage. Toner bottle back in place. It'll click into place. Close it back up. The other component I want to show you is the waste toner container, and that is actually on the left-hand side of the device. Now keep in mind, whenever the toner needs to get changed, as well as your waste toner container, the machine will prompt you as well as give you CGI videos to show you how to do it. On the left-hand side here, it's kind of down here underneath the shade, is your waste toner container. You don't need to empty this. You just take this, dispose of it, recycle it, throw it away. You'll get a new bottle just like this. Usually comes with your toner. Slide it back into place. Close the door. Last but not least, we'll get into how to clear misfeeds with your Xerox device. The nice thing about this device is it will know where the paper's at. It prompts you on the touchscreen and give you a CGI video giving you instructions showing you exactly where to look. The first place I would look is on the left-hand side. Keep in mind the paper's going to come up the tray, through the middle of the device, and then out the finisher. So this is generally one of the first areas to check. As you can see, it's a nice clean path area here. You'll be able to see the paper, physically remove it yourself. The paper feeder is another area to look. This pops up, where you can also see some areas here. Anything with this greenish teal color on it you can move, so you can scroll this either direction if you want. And there is also a spot underneath the scanner right here. Scroll this one as well. The next area is back here in the front of the device where we saw our toner bottle. As you can see, there are some green areas here. The touchscreen itself will get specific and let you know exactly where to look. It will say, look in 3D. You can move this lever up or turn 3C. What I do recommend is following the instructions on the screen exactly as how they're displayed, and let the machine do the work for you. Rather than trying to pull the paper out, use the rollers to roll the paper out and access it that way. Right. Now keep in mind, these units, the most common area is near the fuser because it gets very warm. Now, built into the fuser is a roller that is holding the paper in place. When you are trying to remove the paper, I do recommend lowering this lever to loosen up the roller so it's easier to remove from the device. Now, I always recommend anytime you move one of these levers to move it right back, otherwise the door won't close, and you'll be standing here trying to remember which ones you moved. So I do also keep in mind, anytime you see red, this little red icon here, that means that a part of the machine is open. Alright, we have another area red here. Okay. So if you see red, that means that that's open, except for this guy right here. This one's okay. As we're moving with the paper path along towards the finisher, there's some additional areas to look for misfeeds. And here we can see one area right here, as well as on top of the finisher right here. You can utilize these rollers here to roll any of the components and help the paper get moved out for you. And that's a quick rundown of how to change toner, change staples, as well as look for misfeeds.